Hello, dear friend. Welcome. It's so wonderful to have you here with us today.
Hi, come in, sit down, get comfortable. We've been waiting for you.
Today, Henry and I want to talk about something interesting, something that might surprise you.
We want to talk about high performers, people who achieve great things, people who seem exceptional.
Exceptional means remarkable, outstanding, different from ordinary.
And when we think about these people, athletes, artists, leaders, scientists, we often think they're just different from us, special, gifted.
But what if I told you that's not quite true?
What do you mean, Daisy?
I mean, high performers aren't superhumans. They're not born with magic powers. They're regular people who've learned certain patterns, certain ways of thinking and being.
Patterns we could learn too?
Patterns we could learn too. And that's what we want to explore today. Not to make you feel pressure, not to make you feel like you should be achieving more, but just to understand, to see what's possible.
With gentleness and curiosity.
Always with gentleness and curiosity.
Daisy, I want to be honest about something.
Please do, Henry.
I want to be honest about something.
Please do.
I want to be honest about something.
Please do, Henry.
When I think about high performers, people who are really successful, I feel small.
Small?
Yes, like I'm not enough. Like I'm not achieving enough, not doing enough, not being enough.
Tell me more about that feeling.
I see people online, people with their accomplishments, their success stories, their perfect routines. They wake up at 5 a.m., they meditate, they exercise, they work on their goals. They're so disciplined, so focused, so productive.
And you compare yourself to them?
I do, and I feel like a failure, like I'm wasting my life, like I should be doing more, being more, achieving more.
That sounds exhausting, Henry.
It is exhausting. Because no matter what I do, it doesn't feel like enough. I'm always falling short, always behind, always not quite there.
Oh, Henry, can I tell you something important?
Please.
What you're seeing, it's not the whole picture. It's just the highlight reel, the success without the struggle, the achievement without the failure, the polished without the messy.
The highlight reel?
The best parts, the moments that look good, but not the full truth, not the whole human experience behind it.
So I'm comparing my messy reality to their perfect image?
Exactly, and that's not fair to you. It's not even real. Henry, let me tell you what research actually shows about high performers. Not the myth, the reality.
I'd like to hear that.
First, high performers aren't people who never struggle. They're people who have a different relationship with struggle.
A different relationship?
Yes, they don't see struggle as failure. They see it as information, as feedback, as part of the process.
So they struggle too?
All the time. Every high performer has moments of doubt, fear, failure, frustration, but they've learned not to let those moments define them.
How do they do that?
That's what we're going to explore. Through stories, through understanding, through seeing what makes them different and what makes them the same as us. Because here's the secret, Henry. High performers aren't superhumans. They're just very human, very aware, very intentional. Intentional means doing things on purpose, with awareness and choice.
So it's not about being perfect.
It's never about being perfect. It's about being consistent, being aware, being willing to keep going even when it's hard. Let me tell you about an Olympic swimmer named Michael.
An Olympic swimmer? That's definitely a high performer.
He is. But here's what most people don't know about Michael. Before every race, he had a ritual. Ritual means a set of actions you do the same way every time.
What was his ritual?
Every night before a race, he would lie in bed and visualize the race. Visualize means to see in your mind, to imagine in detail.
He would imagine swimming?
Not just imagine, he would see it, feel it, experience it in his mind. He would see himself diving in, feel the water, see his arms moving, feel his breath, see the wall approaching, feel himself touching it first. And here's the interesting part. He would visualize the race going perfectly, but he would also visualize problems, his goggles filling with water, a cramp in his leg, a bad start.
Why visualize problems?
Because he wanted his brain to be prepared for anything. He wanted to practice not just success, but recovery, how to handle difficulty, how to adapt when things go wrong.
So he was training his mind as much as his body?
He was training his mind as much as his body, and studies show when you visualize something vividly, your brain actually creates neural pathways. Your brain practices even though your body isn't moving. High performers understand this. They know that mental preparation is just as important as physical preparation.
So it's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter?
It's about working intentionally, with awareness, with purpose.
Henry, let's explain some words for our friends who are learning.
Yes, good idea.
High performer. What does this really mean?
A high performer is someone who consistently achieves at a high level. Consistently means regularly, over and over, not just once by luck, but repeatedly through skill and practice.
Psychology.
Psychology is the study of the mind, how people think, how they feel, how they behave. So the psychology of high performers means understanding how their minds work, what patterns they use.
Discipline.
Discipline means the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's not about being harsh with yourself, it's about following through on your commitments.
Mindset.
Mindset is your attitude, your way of looking at things, your mental framework. High performers often have a growth mindset, which means they believe they can improve, they can learn, they can change.
As opposed to
A fixed mindset, which believes you're either good at something or you're not. You can't change. High performers know that abilities can be developed.
Henry, I want to share a story about a famous author named Sarah.
Please do.
Before Sarah became famous, she was rejected by publishers over 50 times. 50 times. Publishers are people who print and sell books.
50 rejections. That's heartbreaking.
It is. And most people would give up. They would think, I'm not good enough. I should stop trying. But Sarah did something different. Every time she got a rejection, she would read it carefully. She would look for feedback. Feedback means information about how you're doing, what you could improve.
So she used rejection as information.
Exactly. She kept a notebook, and in this notebook she wrote down every criticism, every suggestion, every piece of advice, even if it hurt to read. And then she would rewrite, she would improve, she would try again.
That takes courage. Courage means bravery, the ability to face something difficult or scary.
It takes enormous courage. And here's what's interesting. Sarah says now that those 50 rejections made her a better writer, because each one taught her something. Each one refined her craft. Refined means made better, polished, improved. By the time a publisher finally said yes, her manuscript was so much better than her first version. The rejections weren't failures, they were education.
So high performers see failure differently.
Completely differently. They don't see failure as a judgment of their worth, they see it as data, as information, as a step on the path to success.
And that's such a powerful reframe. Reframe means to see something in a new way, to change the story you tell about it. Here's a story about a CEO named Lisa. CEO means Chief Executive Officer, the leader of a company.
Tell me about her.
Lisa runs a very successful company, hundreds of employees, millions of dollars in revenue. You would think she works all the time, that she never stops.
But she doesn't?
She doesn't. Lisa has a very strict rule. She works intensely for certain hours, but when those hours are done, she stops completely.
She doesn't check emails at night?
No emails, no calls, no work. In the evenings, she's with her family. On weekends, she hikes, she reads fiction, she cooks, she rests.
I have another story about a concert pianist named Yuki.
Tell me.
Yuki is world famous now. She performs in the greatest concert halls, but her teacher once revealed something interesting about how she practices.
What is it?
Most people think talent is about practicing for hours and hours, just putting in time. But Yuki doesn't practice that way. When Yuki practices, she doesn't just play through pieces. She identifies her weakest spots, the parts she struggles with, and she practices those spots slowly, very slowly, over and over, with complete attention.
So she's targeting her weaknesses?
Exactly. She might spend 30 minutes on just 3 measures of music. 3 measures. That's maybe 5 seconds of playing. But she plays it slowly. She notices every finger movement, every sound, every tiny detail. This is called deliberate practice. Deliberate means careful, focused, purposeful.
As opposed to?
As opposed to mindless repetition, just doing something over and over without attention, without intention. High performers understand this principle. It's not about the hours you put in, it's about the quality of those hours. Are you paying attention? Are you challenging yourself? Are you focusing on growth?
So they're efficient learners.
Very efficient. They don't waste time. They identify weaknesses. They work on them specifically. They pay attention. They reflect. Reflect means to think about what you've done, to learn from it.
One more story about a Nobel Prize-winning scientist named Dr. Chen.
A Nobel Prize? That's the highest achievement in science.
It is. And when Dr. Chen was asked the secret to her success, she said something surprising.
What did she say?
She said, "I don't have better answers. I have better questions."
Better questions?
Yes. She explained that most people, when facing a problem, immediately try to find the answer. They rush to solve it. But Dr. Chen does something different. She spends a long time with the question itself, understanding it, exploring it, refining it. She says, if you ask the wrong question, even the right answer won't help.
So she's patient with not knowing?
She's comfortable with uncertainty. Uncertainty means not being sure, not having answers. Most people find this uncomfortable, but high performers often have high tolerance for uncertainty. They understand that breakthrough insights come from staying with difficult questions, not rushing to easy answers.
That's a different kind of intelligence.
It is. It's called curiosity. Curiosity means wanting to understand, wanting to learn, wanting to explore. High performers stay curious. They don't pretend to know everything. They're willing to be beginners, to ask questions, to learn. Dr. Chen says she still feels like a student, even after winning the Nobel Prize, because there's always more to learn, always deeper questions to ask.
Realizations and life lessons. Daisy, I'm noticing patterns in these stories.
What patterns do you see?
First, none of these high performers are perfect. They all struggle. They all face obstacles. They're all human.
Yes. What else?
They all have a different relationship with difficulty. They don't avoid it. They use it. They learn from it.
That's beautiful. What else?
They're all very intentional. They don't just work hard randomly. They think about how they work. They're strategic. They're mindful.
Yes, and here's what I notice. They all value rest and recovery. They protect their energy. They understand limits.
So high performance isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion?
No, it's about sustainable excellence. Sustainable means you can keep doing it. It doesn't destroy you. You can maintain it over time.
And they all seem to have a growth mindset.
They do. They believe in improvement, in learning, in adaptation. They don't think they're fixed. They think they're evolving. Evolving means growing, changing, becoming.
So anyone could develop these patterns.
Not everyone will become Olympic athletes or Nobel Prize winners. That requires specific circumstances, opportunities, sometimes luck. But everyone can adopt these mental patterns. these ways of thinking and being.
These psychological traits?
These psychological traits. And that's empowering because it means you have more control than you think. You can develop resilience, focus, curiosity, intentionality, rest, all of these. A comforting message to the listener. Dear friend, we want to talk to you now, directly.
Yes. If you've been listening and comparing yourself to high performers, we understand.
Maybe you've been feeling inadequate. Inadequate means not enough, not good enough, not measuring up.
We want you to stop for a moment, take a breath, and hear this.
You don't have to be a high performer. You don't have to achieve at that level. You don't have to win awards or break records.
You just have to be you, growing at your own pace, learning in your own way, living your own life.
But if you're curious about these patterns, if you want to apply some of these principles, you can.
Not to become someone else, but to become more fully yourself.
You could start visualizing your goals, even for 5 minutes.
You could reframe failure as feedback, as information rather than judgment.
You could protect your rest, give yourself permission to recover.
You could practice deliberately. Pay attention when you practice something. Focus on weak spots.
You could ask better questions, stay curious, be comfortable not knowing.
These aren't all or nothing practices. You don't have to do all of them perfectly. Just experiment. Try. See what resonates. Resonates means feels right, feels true for you.
And remember, high performers are humans too. They have bad days. They struggle. They doubt. They fail.
The difference isn't that they're perfect. It's that they keep going. They stay intentional. They learn from everything.
And you can do that too, in your own way, at your own pace.
You're already doing it, probably, in ways you don't even recognize.
Every time you keep going after a setback, that's high-performance psychology.
Every time you learn from a mistake, that's high-performance psychology.
Every time you rest intentionally, that's high-performance psychology.
You're more capable than you know.
Soft, reassuring closing. Henry, how are you feeling now?
Better, Daisy. Less small, less inadequate.
What changed?
I realize now high performers aren't a different species. They're just people who've developed certain habits, certain mindsets, and I can develop those too.
Not to be them, but to be more fully you.
Exactly. To grow, to learn, to evolve, at my own pace.
That's beautiful, Henry.
And to our dear friend listening, thank you. Thank you for spending this time with us, for being open, for being curious.
We hope you take something gentle from this conversation. Not pressure, not shame, just possibility.
The possibility that you can grow, that you can learn, that you can develop resilience, focus, intentionality.
In your own way, in your own time.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. Willing to try, willing to learn, willing to keep going.
And that willingness, that's already excellence.
We believe in you.
We truly believe in you.
Until next time, dear friend, be gentle with yourself. You're doing better than you think.